Okay, so factorise is the opposite of expanding. So it means basically put the expression back into the brackets. Okay, so when we look at this then, we can see that what we want is we want a bracket and we want the highest common factor on the outside. So we look at these two terms within this expression and we can see that both of them divide by 2 and both of them can divide by an x and both of them can divide by a y, not a y squared because the highest power here is 1. So the highest common factor is 2xy. And then we ask ourselves, what do we have to multiply this highest common factor by to give us the original term? So 2xy squared. So we've already got the 2x, we've already got a y, but we need a y squared. So we need another y. There's a minus sign, so a minus sign in the bracket. And we've then got to think to ourselves, right, we want 6xy. So we've got 2xy's. 6 is 3 lots of that, and it will be 3 lots of that. It works. So the answer here, 2xy, y, take away 3. Check, of course, by multiplying out. So 2xy times y is 2xy squared, and 2xy times negative 3 equals take away 6xy. So we check by expanding. So we check that multiplying out the bracket gave us back the original expression. The key thing to recognise here is that this is a two-term expression where there is a common factor, so it'll be a single bracket factorisation, not a two bracket factorisation, which at the higher level you sometimes find you've got to put things into 2 brackets, but that would mean there's no common factor to all the terms in the expression. Okay, so this question says, which of 2/5 or 5/8 is closer to a half? Not easy to see straight away, so we need them all to have a common denominator. We can compare then, much easier, which one's closer to a half. So if we look at 5/5 and 8, the common denominator there will be 40. So we're going to turn 2/5 into 40ths, we're going to turn 5/8 into 40ths, and we're going to turn a half into 40ths, and then we can compare them. Well, 2 times 20 is 40, so 1 times 20 is 20, so a half is the same as 20 40ths. 8 times 5 is 40, so 5 times 5, whatever you do to the denominator, do to the numerator to get the equivalent fraction. So 40, 5 5 is 25, and 2/5 to turn that into 40 we times by 8, so we times the numerator by 8 as well, so 2 8s are 16. So we've got 20 40ths, we've got 16 40ths, and we've got 25 40ths. So that was the same as 2/5, that was the half, and that was the same as 5/8. And we can see that here is closer. It's only 4/20ths away. So the answer here then would be 2/5 is closer. This is 5/20ths away. So that's a way of doing that kind of question when you're comparing fractions. Look for a common denominator and then you can compare things easier. So 16 40ths is only 4 40ths away from 20 40ths, whereas 25 40ths is 5 40ths away. So this one is closer, smaller gap. Okay, so that's how we can work with equivalent fractions to make comparisons.